I'm Athina and I'm grateful that you're here with me today. Today we are going to answer the question, what needs new light in your life? This pick a card reading is inspired by my friend on the Amino app in the community that I am, by the way, linked in the description down below if you are interested in meeting other people that are interested in learning tarot, things regarding divination, and as well as spirituality. It's where I hang out as well, and am part of the staff there. My friend there, she read for herself made this question, what needs new light in my life? And I read her post that she did, and I was like, wow, this is something really helpful, this question. And I thought, hey, I think this would be helpful to my community here on YouTube. And so I took inspiration out of this, and I'm doing this reading thanks to her. So big sis, thank you. I haven't done this question for myself yet. I've been procrastinating on reading for myself. And yeah, so that is why I'm doing this for you guys. I'm going to answer the question, what needs new light in your life with tarot. Then I will be moving on to 2 oracle cards, and those oracle cards will give us advices. So you will get some advices as well regarding, of course, the answer that you will get for this reading. You can now choose your group or groups based on the color of the dice, the crystal that is in front of you. Or you can go to the timestamp in the description down below and look if you see there a number that you're seeing often or your lucky number, and choose based on that. After I've introduced you the 3 groups, I will be playing some meditation music for 1 minute so that you can meditate and choose based on your intuition and on the group that you are the most drawn towards. After the 1 minute meditation, I will be playing a tune on my guitar for those that are clairaudient and like to choose a group or groups based on the tone that they hear. So after the meditation, there will be also the clairaudient selection. Everything is also in the description down below so that you can, if you need more time, go listen to it once again, or if you want to meditate instead of 1 minute for 2 minutes, you can go back and forth. You can decide what you do, and yeah. So pile number 1, you have the orange dice, and your crystal is this blue onyx. Pile number 2, you have the red dice, and your stone is this azurite malachite. And those two stones are combined here in this one. Pile number 3, you have the blue dice and this agate heart. So I will leave you now for 1 minute so that you can meditate upon the groups and choose your groups. And I will be seeing you at your piles. See you later. Hi, pile number 1. You chose the orange dice and the blue onyx, and this is going to be your reading about what needs new light in your life. So I'm going to start with the tarot cards. I hope you have been well. So I'm going to shuffle them really good so that we can get an answer. At the back of the deck, we have the Page of Coins. You have all core cards by number 1, so this is quite the interesting development, and all cards are reversed that we have in front of us. The only card that is upright is the back of the deck. To the back of the deck I will come later, and now I'm going to read out what the meanings are for the cards. Let's see what this is talking about. What needs new light in your life? Pile number 1. And I do excuse me, but I am going to be reading for some time now the guidebook of the cards, because I really want to learn the correct meanings of the cards, and I can only do that if I read it. So I want to find the perfect balance between intuition and meanings of the cards, and now I'm going to be focusing more of the meanings of the cards, and the intuition will come after the meanings. And of course I will use my intuition more often with the oracle cards, but for now this is how it's going to be. So I hope you can bear with me as I am learning, moving on to this new chapter. So we have the King of Swords in reverse. The King of Swords in reverse keywords are malice and unyielding. Reversed meaning: the King of Swords in reverse suggests ruthless action, malice, and warns of ulterior motives. There may be evil intentions from others. Someone is not acting with integrity. The King of Swords in reverse denotes destructive, self-serving ambition. The card could also indicate a literal man in your life who is having a negative influence on you. Look to neighboring cards and also the location in the spread to determine whether it should take on a literal or figurative meaning. So we got now that the King of Swords is a warning. It could be about someone that is influencing you in a negative way, and in this case it is more of a man or a male energy. Now we are going to look at what the other two cards here have to say so that we can puzzle this together. So with the Knight of Wands now. Knight of Wands in reverse that we have here in the middle is the meanings. The keywords are hesitation and insecurity. Like the Page of Wands in reverse, the Knight of Wands indicates insecurity in decision making. You are dragging your feet on an important decision, and not without good reason. The hesitation comes from being aware of how daunting or risky the project before you are. Nevertheless, to get through and prevail, you must be more assertive and exude greater confidence. The Knight of Wands in reverse is about second guessing oneself and as a result delaying in taking the necessary action for advancement. It could be that you know who this is talking about and you are not able to make a decision to cut them out of your life because it is quite difficult to make it, because they may have been someone really important in your life, and cutting them off may be daunting to you and something that you are afraid of. Now let's see what the Queen of Cups means as the ending message here. The Queen of Cups in reverse is keywords are manipulation, jealousy. The Queen of Cups in reverse is a warning that a woman who appears to be tender and warm is in fact manipulative. There could be the side coming from a close friend or someone you trust. Could indicate the negative influence of the Queen of Cups on you, or that you are embodying the negative personality traits attributed to the Queen. The Queen of Cups in reverse often represents emotional manipulation. So, looks like this is talking about a relationship, number one. There is a relationship or relationships that you need to think over again, because the Queen of Swords and the Queen of Cups here are influencing you in a negative way. They are not doing you good. And I think that you are here being represented as the Knight of Wands that needs to make this decision of either cutting them out or not believing any of their words and standing in your own power, because we did have that that you need to be more assertive. So what needs in new light in your life is something needs to change about these relationships that we have here. Now onto the Page of the Page of Coins that was in the back of the deck. I have learned now that the back of the deck card is the outcome of whatever happens, what was said here. So if you take this into consideration and change your action and you may make a decision, the outcome is the Page of Coins. So let me get to reading the Page of Coins here. The Page of Coins upright keywords are practical, stylish, scholarly. The Page of Pentacles wants to make a difference. This is someone with great respect for learning and scholarship. Oftentimes, she is born into a good family or enjoys material things and possessions. In contemporary times, the Page of Pentacles can also suggest a stylish woman, someone with great aesthetic taste. She is pragmatic, result-oriented and possesses a strong sense of purpose. In a reading for someone that is asking about love, so if this is talking about love, of course, could indicate the appearance of a young female with the qualities of the page. Figuratively, could indicate the receipt of news or a message regarding your finances or property. Earth dominant, the Page of Pentacles is resourceful, practical, and has more common sense than the cards of the other three suits. Could signify Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. Yes. So this is the end result. If you now that this light has shone into your life that needs to be changed, you may end up as the Page of Cups, Page of Pentacles here, or if you are cutting off, I'm not sure who this is talking about. Okay, so you know what, pie number one, I'm going to get more cards. One more card to see what we have here more. But yeah, the Page of coins here, Pentacles, is either you after this whole situation, or this is someone coming in. Let me get just one more card to see. You have the Ace of Swords as a final card. The Ace of Swords. Let's see what this means. The Ace of Swords uprights. Keywords are conquest and valiance. Or yeah. The Ace of Swords represents a new conquest, one of an intellectual nature. It notes the beginning of a conquest or victory, or could also indicate the birth of a child who will be valiant, ambitious, a leader, one with natural gift for military strategy. You are natural born champion with the potential to achieve great power. The card frequently appears in spreads for people with the potential to become leaders, but who have not yet become one. The Ace of Swords indicates one who is fierce, strong-willed, and even rebellious. Yet this is someone who will get seen and be recognized. Some practitioners say the Ace of Swords suggests someone or a child born to someone, to you. Okay, let me rephrase this again. Some practitioners say the Ace of Swords suggests that you or a child born by you will have two possible different paths. Valiance in combat, a warrior type, a conqueror, or someone who is deeply intellectual, philosophical, and inquisitive. On a higher plane, a magus or sage. That interpretation of two possible paths is found in the two different garlands hanging from the crown. The one on the right represents military might, while the one on the left represents the seeking out of greater knowledge and wisdom. This is referring to the original writer cards. Let me show it to you. Here. The garlands are this here that it was talking about. Note that the Aces of the Minor Arcana suggest opportunities presented. The corresponding elemental association will indicate the nature of the opportunity. Here, the Ace of Swords indicates an active young or even masculine force surrounding the matter at hand. However, like the Ace of Wands, the active force suggests that you will be doing rather than receiving. The Seeker is in a position of action, so what needs new light in your life is that you need to take action and make a decision regarding maybe those two people, if this is talking about two people, and the outcome is going to be the Page of Coins that we had previously. So let's get some advices for you that can be useful for you when it comes to this new insight that you got here. One is the Oracle of the Butterflies, and most of the time this is an advice of a change that you could make. So please read. Okay, I wanted one card, but I got three. Two cards, but I got three. So one change that you could do is changing your diet, like changing what foods you eat. Like, are you eating something that makes you feel lethargic, without any energy? You feel heavy, or are you eating something that gives you energy, that you feel like taking action? Are you drinking too much caffeine, like energy drinks or coffee? This can always interfere with or first off of our well-being, and as well as on how we take the situation, because if you are feeling lethargic without any power, you cannot be confident in the decision and being assertive in the decision that you are going to make regarding those two people that are not doing things that are not in your best interest. And it probably is going to be a fight, but you are going to come out of victorious if you take the chance. Another change that you could do is changing your products that you are using for your health. Like, is the toothpaste that you are using really good for your teeth? Is it not maybe too strong or too weak? Because for example, my mother, she has really sensitive teeth, and so her toothpaste is a special one that doesn't irritate her flesh. I don't know how to say this in English. I'm so sorry. Let me Google this right now because it sounds weird saying to it flesh. In medical terms, it's gingiva or gum, teeth rich, gingival, periodontal. No, that is her, if she uses a different type of toothpaste, her gum becomes I'm sorry, I'm looking for the word. That's why I got silent. Her gum gets more irritated, and it sometimes it would bleed. So when that happened, the doctor or the pharmacist advised her to use this special toothpaste because it would help her health better, her mouth. So maybe there are products that you are using that are not helping you right now being your strongest person, or like they are doing the opposite of what they are talking about. So this is something that you have to reflect upon and want if you want to change, because the spirit guides are saying here, hey, if you want the situation to get better, you may need some changes. And the last change is moving. So moving out of a place, maybe you have moved out of a place, and moving places is quite the difficult task. It is not easy, but if you are in a place that is not doing you any good, an advice is to move out and find a different place to live in. It doesn't have to be even moving to a different city. It could be just moving houses, because the energy of the place you are and the environment around you can affect you as well. So that would be an advice as well, to move out of a place, if this is moving from one city to a next city, from one state to another state, from one country to another country, or just moving from one apartment in another that is better suited. That is totally up to you. This is just advice that could be helpful. You have to make the decision yourself and see if this is truly something that you can do, because moving places takes a lot of money. So it is an advice that can only be taken after much consideration and look into the finances. So I'm going to use this deck now to get us some more advices. Just making sure that you are able to see all the cards. So the next advice would be sundress, do it for you, number 41. I'm going to read that one out of the guidebook because it's a English. It has such a beautiful meaning in my opinion. So sundress, do it for you. When it comes to healing and recovery, make sure you're doing it for yourself, not for somebody else. Becoming too dependent on other people will only end in disappointment. People leave, friends drift, family members become estranged. Your reason needs to be bigger than them. And believe it or not, you are important enough to be that reason. I'm going to leave it at that. That is your advice. Do it for yourself. And the next advice is 32, escapist. Come home to yourself. Oh, this is also such a good card that needs to be read out of the guidebook. I'm so sorry, but this is a good card. So 32, escapist. Come home to yourself. Everyone wants to escape their lives occasionally. Some of us like to binge watch shows, some of us like to listen to music, some of us like to read, and some of us like to leave it all behind and go on vacation. All of that is totally healthy. Our lives can get incredibly stressful. However, too much escapism can mean that you are not confronting a big problem, which isn't healthy for you. Face it head on and let the pieces fall wherever they may. I'm going to leave this as well as the guidebook said. So pie number 1, this is everything that I have for you. I hope that it was of help in some kind of way. I cannot English today. Thank you for sticking with me till the end. I wish you all the best, and I will be seeing you in my next video. Bye bye. Hi, pile number 2. You chose the azurite and malachite stone, the red dice, and this is going to be your reading about what needs new light in your life. And I'm going to start with the tarot cards, and I'm going to shuffle them really well so that you can get started with your reading. Hope you've been doing well. I'm shuffling so bad. Okay. Get it, I get it. Step. I'm so not good at shuffling today. Jeez. So at the back of the deck we have the Page of Coins as well. It was the same as in pile number 1. So now I'm going to read the cards out of the guidebook because I am learning the meanings of the cards correctly, so that I can find a perfect balance between meanings of the cards and intuition. And currently I have to go through meanings of the cards because the intuition part I got already. So to find the perfect balance I have to go from one extreme to the next. So bear with me as I am learning, and I hope you learn with me too. So I'm going to start with the 8 of Cups and go like this and see what this is talking about. Missed the card. So the 8 of Cups upright, the keywords are abandonment, detachment, spiritual journey. There has been an abandonment of past fruits. The 8 of Cups is about a soul-searching journey, ascending to higher emotional ground. You are leaving behind something you spend much effort and care to nurture or develop. There was disappointment in a past undertaking, and thus you have abandoned your previous work. Note how carefully stacked the goblets are. However, you are leaving it behind on your own terms, at will. You are looking for more than material success, a search for a higher meaning. The card may also indicate a charitable, beautiful, or kind personality. You are on a spiritual journey. The waning crescent moon suggests a release, banishment, or a period of deep reflection. The full moon, I lost myself. Oh no. The full moon coupled with the man's red cloak and red boots suggests power, strength, and transformation. This is the time for a change, a period of solitude. The rocky water suggests disturbance in the consciousness. The narrative of the 8 of Cups might call to mind the story of Prince Siddhartha, I hope I pronounced it correctly, who left his castle and royalty for the aesthetic life to eventually become awakened to the Buddha. The card also resonates with Muhammad, the last prophet, who left behind the life of a merchant to receive revelations from God. Note that the only other times that a phase appears in astronomical elements are in the moon and the sun. The anthropomorphism here suggests the human association of our environment and word to a greater purpose or higher meaning. So what needs new light is your spiritual journey currently. For 1. Let's see what the other cards say so that I can puzzle this together. So the King of Swords. The King of Swords upright, intellectual, analytical, stern, orderly. The King of Swords presents a stern demeanor, military might and intelligence. He appears dispassionate and detached from others. He is intellectual, analytical, and exudes articulate masculine energy. The King of Swords thrives in the world of logic, facts, and rationality, but has a tendency to be too rigid. This is an adult man in the military, or a judge, or a man of extremely high discipline with an analytical mind. A man firm with friends and firm with enemies. He also can be overcautious. The king is a wise counselor. Sometimes in his mind he believes he has made a fair judgment, but it is not. He is a man of action. Figuratively, could indicate leadership or effective management in the areas of politics and your ambitions. Often misunderstood and undervalued because he is anything but the salesman type. He is a guardian of social order. Like the Knight of Swords, the King of Swords expects himself to uphold a rigid code of conduct, but he does not stop there. He also expects everyone around him to uphold the same rigid code. From French playing card tradition, the King of Swords is said to correspond with the righteous and fair warrior king, King David of Judeo-Christian mythos. Like the Queen of Swords, the King of Swords is accompanied by a single black bird flying in the sky behind him, representing his higher thought. Representing his higher thought and intelligence, and like the queen, he sits on a throne depicting butterflies, suggesting metamorphosis. He is a man who is bound to go through profound changes through the various stages of his life. Air dominant, the King of Swords is ambitious, sometimes controversial, prone to steer controversy with his word, a bit argumentative, but a rational, intelligent, bright, and articulate individual. Could signify Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini. On to the Six of Wands reversed. Six of Wands reversed keywords are postponement, pending, advancement. A positive omen in reverse, the Six of Wands means essentially the same as it would upright. However, there may be delays and challenges in your way that need to be overcome. In reverse, the forecast of victory is still strong, but it may take longer than you expect, or there may be minor hiccups. The card could also indicate strong untapped potential in you for advancement in creative or innovative fields, particularly as a profession or career. If the Six of Wands appears in reverse for a younger audience, let's say, it could suggest the future potential to advance significantly in career aspirations, creativity, or innovation. The card could indicate advancement in your studies or the materialization of tangible financial gain or reputation in the seeker's professional field after attaining a high level of education. Again, like the card upright, there may be victory to be had, but not necessarily a sense of fulfillment or satisfaction. So looks like your spiritual journey is here in the forefront with the Eight of Cups. The King of Swords may be representing you, that you have the characteristics that I was reading previously. And that, yeah, you will come victorious out of this, but it may take some more time than you expect, or as it said here, you may not feel as satisfied yet. So what needs new light in your life, pile number 2, is the look into your spiritual journey. You left something behind that you were working on your own accord. You may be this King of Swords that you have the smarts to think about stuff. Maybe a little bit too rigid, but you have it in there. You will come out of this with victory, but maybe not at the time that you wish it to be. Or you will see the advancement, but it could be that you will be unsatisfied. But the Page of Pentacles that we have at the back of the deck, I have learned that the back of the deck means that it is the outcome of the situation that we had up here, and the Page of Coins has quite the good omen, as I have read it previously for pile number 1. And I don't know why, but I feel like you are the advancement of pile number 1. I'm not sure why I feel like this. It feels like there has been some movement, but the goal is still the same. It just is taking a little bit longer. So the Page of Pentacles upright means practical, stylish, scholarly. The keywords were those. The Page of Pentacles wants to make a difference. This is someone with great respect for learning and scholarship. Oftentimes she is born into a good family or enjoys material things and possessions. In contemporary times, the Page of Pentacles can also suggest a stylish woman, someone with great aesthetic taste. She is pragmatic, result-oriented, and possesses a strong sense of purpose. In a reading for someone that is asking about love, which we are not really, but I will read it regardless, could indicate the receipt of love could indicate the appearance of a young female with the qualities of the page. Figuratively, could indicate the receipt of news or a message regarding your finances or property. Earth dominant Page of Pentacles is resourceful, practical, and has more common sense than the chords of the other three suits. Could signify Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. So this may be your outcome of the situation after you have gained some new light and reflected upon this a little bit more. Now I will get us some advices from the oracle cards. This is the butterfly oracle, and the advice here is mostly for a change to occur. So it advises you to do some changes. You don't have to, of course. Just take it as an advice and decide for yourself if you want to do that. So I can still not shuffle. So your first advice is Trauerarbeit means to work on grief. So you may have lost someone dear to you or something dear to you. It doesn't have to be a person, an animal, pet, or something living. It could be something material. What you need to do and what advice the spirit guides are giving is for you to work on that grieving. Everyone grieves differently, and you have to find the way that you grieve about this. Is that having a good cry? Is it talking to a therapist or a psychologist that can go with you through this whole process of grieving and overcoming that grief as well? So the advice is to work on your grievance. Is this even a word? With some help, of course. If you need it from a professional, please always go to a professional. They know the best ways to and can give you the best advices to overcome those things. And with the time it will get better. Then the other advice is religion and spirituality. I'm hearing you may want to change up a little bit on your spiritual practices or religious practices, like trying something new, trying something that you haven't done yet. There needs to be a little change and shifts and adjustments to fit the you right now better, because this was talking about spiritual journey. You left something behind that you were working on free will, to embark on this new journey, this different spiritual journey. And when we embark on those, we also need to change some practices. As for example, me, my tarot practice has now changed. I am using this deck and another deck and the Rider-Waite-Smith meanings, the correct ones, to learn the correct meanings of this, and not only trusting my intuition. Yes, my intuition will give me the information that I will need, but the cards have meanings and a system that was created for a reason, and it is for me to honor that. And I want to honor that, and that's why I have changed completely my reading style. And this is now how I am going to be reading for the time being. It is a change for me. For those that may be new to my channel, you may not notice this change because it is your first time seeing me. Hi, welcome. But for those that have seen other readings from me, you have seen the change that I have done, and I'm adjusting to it, and so are you probably, and so will you need to adjust to the things as well. That's the intuitional message I'm getting from this card here. So, on to the next oracle deck to give have some more advices. So, the next advice is expectations. Don't seek anyone's approval, number 12. Oh, this is a good card that I'm going to read out of the guidebook because I find it so good. I've done this for pile number 1 too, so I'm going to, I think, continue doing this. Expectations. Don't seek anyone's approval. People will always have their own expectations of who they think you should be. Their opinions are almost always based on restrictive societal norms and therefore are extremely unrealistic. No matter what they tell you, remember that you have permission to be whoever it is you most wish to be. You don't need anyone else's approval, only yours. I'm going to leave this there. And then you have number 18, 3, let them go. I'm going to read that out of the guidebook because it's a card that I have not seen much in readings yet. 3, let them go. You often take on the pain of others. You used to think it was because you're an empath, but these days you're not so sure. Sometimes it feels like other people are emptying their emotions into you and giving nothing in return. Sometimes we even feel we've inherited pain from those who come before us in our family tree. This is your permission to let go. Your life is ultimately about you, not what other people expect you to carry for them. I'm going to leave this out there as well as it said what it needed to say. I don't need to add anything else to it. So part number 2, this is everything that I have for you. I hope that you liked it. I hope it was of help to you. Thank you for sticking with me till the end. I wish you all the best, and I will be seeing you in my next video. Bye bye. Hi, part number 3, you chose the blue dice and the agate heart. This is going to be your reading about what needs new light in your life. I'm going to start with the tarot cards and give this a good shuffle. At the back of the deck we have the 5 of Swords in reverse. We'll talk about the 5 of Swords later. So let's start with the cards that we have here. I'm going to be reading out of the guidebook because I want to learn the correct meanings of the cards, and this is a form of me doing that so that I can have a reading where I use both the meanings of the cards, the correct meanings, and my intuition. So the first card is the 10 of Pentacles, upright. The keywords are stability, alliance, aristocracy, urbanity, prestige. The 10 of Pentacles represents dynasty. It represents a financial, stable, and secure family. That family will gain long-lasting wealth and prosperity. Pinnacle of success. This card typically appears in a spread for people who are from a thriving family business or come from a family of wealth or financial stability. There is a good pedigree, good family reputation. There is also a strong patriarch, and the family is enjoying the fruits of the patriarch's hard work. Dogs indicate faithfulness and domesticity. The 10 of Pentacles can also suggest the acquisition of power through family alliances. To get more insight about that, we have to go through the other 2 cards, because I have no idea what this is talking about. So let's see further. The 7 of Pentacles reverse keywords are anxiety, denial, non-confrontation, hesitation. Anxiety about whether hard work will bear fruit. Your heart is invested wholly in this work, and thus whether fruition will occur is of high importance to you. Another reading of this card reversed is that your head is buried in the sand and you are neglecting to confront your financial situation. The card is a warning to pay closer attention to finances. Could mean that finances are not in order, or that you must be aware of your financial stability. The Seven of Pentacles in reverse could be an indication that you have over-invested and that such an investment may not yield the result that you are hoping for. Now on to the major arcana, which is the most important one here. That came in last is the Chariot. I'm sorry. The Chariot upright. The keywords are victory, control, willpower, jurisdiction. The theme of the Chariot is conquest and triumph over obstacles in your life. It suggests full control of the seeker's emotional faculties. The card affirms movement in the right direction. Your current movement will lead to victory. You are controlled, a master of self-control and self-assertion. When the Chariot card appears in a spread, it indicates great control over one's willpower. There is also a sense that your willpower comes from the divine. Strong positive external forces, spiritual in nature and inexplicable, have put the momentum in you. The Chariot is about putting into action body and mind, knowledge and intuition. The Chariot represents your personality and tenacity in movement toward accomplishing a goal. In a multi-card spread, the Chariot card in a past position represents acquisition of bounty that you will be using to enjoy or invest in the future ahead, or in your progression forward. In a present or future position, it represents an important personal journey where you are looking for bounty. You are on a quest, or there will be travel, not for the sake of travel, but for the sake of acquisition. The Chariot might be linked to Newton's second law of motion. Force is mass times acceleration. The rate of progress that you can achieve on the matter at hand is related to the gravity or significance of the situation and the amount of effort devoted to it by you. The Chariot affirms that you have what it takes to put in the force to accelerate the mass, which represents the problem that you have been presented with. The Chariot reminds you of the mechanics and the movement and the motion of conquest. The element of water governs this card. Attributions associated with water will represent the external forces at play in your situation. The card association with the sign Cancer may also indicate a person who appears tough on the outside but deep down is quite vulnerable and sensitive. The theme is further repeated in the imagery of the charioteer armor, a heart encasing over vulnerable human flesh. You like to appear in control but have a tendency to run from your problems or attack the problem with such aggression as to subdue it and therefore avoid true mature confrontation. The Chariot depicts a badge with the Indian lingam of Yoni representing the Hindu deities Shiva and Shakti, respectively. The traditional implication is that of the union of the external sphere of rulership by men and the internal sphere of rulership by women. The symbology seems to be a continuation of certain themes that ran through the lovers. It is also believed that the sphinxes in the chariot card are female, while the charioteer pictured on the card is male, presenting the question of who exactly is in control. The sphinxes are the charioteer. Comparing the two pillars of contrasting colors in the high priestess seem connected to the two sphinxes of contrasting colors in the chariot, while the dark light pillars at the high priestess represents the use of your abilities of intuition and premonition to become the architect of your own destiny. Here the chariot, dark light sphinxes represent the use of discipline and audacity to become the commander general. The high priestess suggests a sense of creation, while the chariot suggests a military prowess with your exercise of willpower. The card's imagery might also call to mind the Knights Templar returning from the east, bearing the Holy Grail and other divine secret or mystical knowledge. Conquest was a success. The charioteer is now adorned with a pointed star on his head directly over the third eye. In Babylonian times, Ishtar, the goddess of love, war, and fertility, was represented by the eight-pointed star. In Judeo-Christian mythos, the number 8 is associated with salvation. A new spiritual beginning. Within the 8 corners of an octagram, the letters for YH, WH, and AD and I, Yahweh and Adonai, could be inscribed to call upon the divinity. The 8-pointed star is also reminiscent of the 8-spoke wheel in Buddhism, representing the eightfold path. Here depicted on the crown of the charioteer, the 8-pointed star could represent the acquisition of divine knowledge from where the charioteer is returning, or could represent the charioteer's divine knowledge from where the charioteer is returning, or could represent the acquisition of divine knowledge from where the charioteer is returning, or could represent the charioteer's salvation. It could also represent the divine knowledge advancing forward, advancing toward his destination. Either way, in a reading, it indicates triumph, control, and conquest in you. As with the magician, yin energy is dominant, even though outwardly the message of the card seems to be active rather than recessive. However, as with the magician, there is a sense of reception of powers or knowledge from the divine. Thus, it is the receipt of powers from the heavens that renders the card intrinsically yin. Timing-wise, the chariot could denote the period June 21st to July 22nd, associated with Cancer. So, seeing here, we had this family that you may be part of that is financial well, has a good reputation, and then we have here somehow you struggling with those finances still, and here triumphing over the struggles and overcoming the challenges. It looks like this is a challenge here. The Seven of Pentacles is the challenge, and you have here the resources to be able to overcome those challenges, is how I am getting this reading. Because the chariot was talking about overcoming and moving forward to triumph and victory over a challenge, and the challenge appeared here in the Seven of Pentacles, that you need to look over your finances and other stuff, what I was reading about. And here being in a good familial situation, that whenever you need some help, you can go and ask for help here or for advice. So what needs new light is your financial situation. And I learned that the back of the deck card is the outcome of said situation. We have the 5 of Swords in reverse. So let's see what this is talking about. So the 5 of Swords in reverse means recompense, contrition, penance, reversed. When the 5 of Swords appears upright, it most likely indicates a person who is defeating others disproportionately, and with the person is meaning you. When the 5 of Swords appears in reverse, then it indicates a you who may experience defeat. Moreover, there is a suggestion in the card in reverse that you should accept the minor defeat and move on, as far away from the conflict as possible, but distance the conflict is possible. Put distance between you and the subject matter to avoid a far more serious, greater harm that could occur if you stay close. Another meaning of the 5 of Swords in reverse is contrition, recompense in the sense of penance for past bad acts and transgressions. Noting the different interpretive views of the card, some practitioners may say that upright, the meaning of the card follows that you are the figure in the foreground holding the sword. Thus, in reverse, the meaning of the card follows that you are the figures lamenting in the background. You are the one walking away from one who has taken unfair advantage of you. The tarot practitioner is encouraged to follow their intuition in interpreting the 5 of Swords upright reversed in a reading. So as we had the Chariot, and the Chariot talked about victory and triumph, I think that is talking about that you won a fight, maybe not so, not necessarily fair, and that is the outcome of the situation. You may have fought to this triumph in a way that has left some people defeated, and they may now take some distance from you. No, wait, it's not the card. This one needs to go there. But yeah, this whole reading is about that you gain a little new light on this situation, to maybe reflect and try to change the outcome if it is not to your liking. So with this oracle deck here, with the butterfly oracle, we are going to look at some advices that we can get by changing some things up. So one of the changes that you could do that would be advised is changing your hobbies. Trying something new, trying something else that you have not done yet, and have maybe thought about doing. This is your sign to try to do it. It could also be that you may have left a hobby in the past and that you didn't move, that you stopped doing it, and it could be that you should go back to it. So the advice for you, pile number 3, is changing a little bit your hobbies. This could do you some good. And the other advice is sentimental feelings. I will have to read this out of the guidebook because I have no idea about what this is talking about. Okay, something from the past is acquiring your attention right now. This card is saying that you have all the deep feelings that needs to be seen so that you can open up your heart to healing. It could be that you found a object that brought back memories. Use those memories and feelings so that you can explore your emotions that you may have not been able to process in the past. Okay, this card is talking about that it is a good time for you to heal up some wounds from the past that you were not able to do yet. This could be on your own, or in the best case scenario with a therapist or a psychologist, someone that knows how to help you heal from things in the past that happened, to look at it with some methods and talking and questions so that you can find the answer for yourself. It's just basically a way to process things that happened in the past that you were not able to now, so that you can heal from it. This is the advice. Then we are going to get some more advices from this deck. So the first advice we have number 9, Phoenix House, that for happily ever after. I never got this card, so I don't know what it means, so I'm going to read it out of the guidebook. Phoenix House, that for happily ever after. No matter how hopeless you may be feeling at this moment, know this: you can and will survive whatever trials you've been put through. Yeah, the trials that you've been put through, and the Chariot is talking about that you will be victorious. Coming victories out of this. From the ashes of the past that you may need to look from a different light and process now that you are maybe able to. From the ashes of the past you shall create a storybook ending filled with beauty and resilience. Our future flames will cower when they hear the whisperings of your name. So you have now what it takes to change the ending that you had. You may gone through some hardships and struggles, but you will come out victorious because you have it in your hands to overcome this and write that ending that you want. That is the advice for you to do what you can with the triumph so that you can change the ending. Then we have number 44, Storm. Every hurricane comes to an end. I'm going to read that out of the guidebook because I don't remember what it means again. So, every hurricane comes to an end. Just when you thought things were taking a turn for the better, in came a hurricane of hurt. Now you find yourself utterly exhausted from trying to survive it all. Rest assured, the clouds are finally starting to part, making room for the much needed sun. Like the clouds, you should also let go of past or present pain in order to make room for something better. Yeah, it's a running theme that is coming here with the storm and the sentimental feelings as well as the feelings. There is something from the past that you need to let go of to heal from, and you will see that after going through this healing process, which is not pretty at all, the sun will be shining again and things will look better. We had the Chariot here with the victory and the triumph. Things will turn out better. Pile number 3. So pile number 3, this is everything that I have for you. I hope this was of help. Thank you for sticking with me till the end. I wish you all the best and I will be seeing you in my next video. Bye bye.